Howdy, folks. Welcome to my Patreon page. I am your host, The Mighty Bjorn, and today I'm more or less going to talk a bit about my Patreon page. Let's start off with I'm going to introduce myself and talk a bit about myself and my background, things of that nature. Let's start off with I am a veteran. I served in the United States Army as a tanker. I was a 19 kilo, which is an M1A1 tank crewman. And a lot of people always ask me, what did I do? Well, I did just about everything. I started off as a loader, ended up becoming a driver, and then I was, at the time, being a driver, I was crossing over to training for a gunner, as well as I've messed with a little bit with TC, but not too much. Just kind of messed with the position, learned the controls and things of that nature while I was with my unit. What I do regularly now is I work in a machine shop. We build machinery, industrial automated machinery for factories, essentially. I work as the paint technician and general laborer, essentially. I cut the raw steel up so we can build the framing for the machines and things of that nature. It all goes to the machine shop, it all goes to the weld shop, and then it comes back to me so it can be painted. And then it goes out on the floor. And if I get time and availability, I help do assembly. So I do a little bit of everything where I work. I'm a father of two, married man, father of two, got two kids in school, wonderful kids. My one son's a bit of an asshole because he's too much like me. My other son's a bit quiet, but they're both good kids. For the most part, I don't have to worry about them. Well, of course I do in the fatherly sense, but either ways, moving on. And then I do YouTube as a hobby. That's all it is. It's nothing more than a hobby. But it is something I really enjoy doing. And I would honestly like to grow it to the point of it being more successful than it currently is now. And of course, there's a lot of different costs that has come out of my pocket over the years of doing the YouTube channel, such as buying games to do content on, doing reviews on, buying ammunition for doing gun reviews, buying guns, whatever I feel like doing content on. My content is a variety channel. I cover a lot of different subjects. I literally, probably one of the few YouTubers that says I have a little bit of something for everyone. Now, that being said, a lot of people thinks the YouTube lifestyle is glamorous and there's a lot of money to it. And yes, there can be a lot of money made in YouTube, but let's be honest, YouTube doesn't pay that much. Look around. You're going to see a lot of YouTubers, almost all of them, have sponsors and or Patreon. Quite a few of them I've noticed have Patreon. Almost all the successful ones have sponsors. And that's why that they're the ones that are making the bank, because they're getting people to pay them to show content. Now, that being said, I have done sponsored videos before. That's never swayed my opinion about said product. You can go watch a couple of my reviews. The one crisis crosses my mind as a review that essentially I was sponsored to do, and I gave my honest opinion for that product. I did for Spaceland as well, and I plan to in the future as well. I don't do many sponsored reviews because, in part, I do feel like I owe them a good review, but that being said, not too many of them has gotten a good review. Now, that last thing, to kind of credit to my name, I also do have voice line credits for Gunner Heat PC. There you go. That's everything I've done. Once again, that's a hobby. That was a hobby. I didn't get paid to do that. I did it because I thought it was cool. And, I love the overwhelming positivity that I've seen people have about the voice acting done for Gunner Heat PC. And it brings me great joy every time I read somebody being like, wow, these voice lines are so great. They feel so authentic. And that's because they are. Now, my Patreon. Why am I setting up my Patreon? I'm not offering anything. Not offering anything I don't already give people. And a part of that is because I don't want to strap myself down for any more time than I already do spend doing this kind of stuff, because I do my own video editing. I do my own footage collection. I write down my own notes. And literally, it's not scripted. It's all notes. It's all off the cuff. Even this video is off the cuff. I'm literally coming up with every single word I'm saying as I'm saying it. Now, that being said, that's just how I like doing my content. It gives a more honest opinion, review, statement, however you want to go with that, to what I have to say. And that's always been, to my opinion, one of the primary key hallmarks of my channel is I've always been honest with my audience. So I'm being honest with you now that I am not offering anything special. And that's just because I just don't currently have the time to give anything more than I already give. I'm going to continue doing YouTube content with or without Patreon support. It's going to continue to be free. I'm not telling people that they have to pay for content, and I don't want to make people pay for content that I am offering for free on YouTube. Now, that being said, maybe every once in a while I'll do a nice short video where I'll just say hi to all the Patreon supporters, say thank you, just give my personal thanks. But essentially, that's really, there's nothing there that I can give. Oh, and you get a special role in my Discord. And a thank you message from Patreon. Okay, with that out of the way, what's the Patreon money for? The Patreon money is to help my channel grow. I'm going to use it to buy games so I can do more reviews, more content, maybe some game series. Maybe I have to buy a new mic. Maybe I have to buy some ammo and I'll do a gun review, or maybe I can do a shooting instructional video. But basically what it comes down to is, yes, my job pays my bills. My YouTube does not pay my bills. And I'm not expecting even my Patreon money to pay my bills. But what it's coming down to is the money I was making at work is starting to get stretched thin because of the inflation. And I know that's going to be a problem with a lot of people. So I'm not expecting anybody to donate anything, but I want you to know that essentially this is what I'm going to do with the money. It's a donation, and it's going to help me advance my channel further. That's all it's for. So anyway, folks, hopefully you do donate if you can. I'm only saying if you can. If you were in a bad situation, a worse situation than I am, where you're struggling to pay your bills, do not donate to my channel. You don't want to see anybody, struggling any more than they already are. But if you do donate, thank you very much for donating. And even still, even if you don't donate, thank you for taking the time to sit here, to listen to me rant and talk. And that's really all I can say. That being said, folks, please share this around. I need any support I can get to help the channel grow further than it already has over the years. And hopefully you all have yourselves a good day.